Hello, it's Drawn Kitten here, and thank you for coming back to my second official video. And I wanted to thank everyone who liked and watched my previous videos and live streams. And I got 2 new subscribers! Yay! Well, today, as you can see, we're finishing up on the previously recorded tutorials I mentioned I was doing, the ones found on Pinterest. You can see here there are the 2 previous eyes I did in my previous video, and now we're going to be working on a third eye. And honestly, I can't say how much it means to me that you guys are coming and watching. It's really cool, and I don't know, I've just been so giddy about it. Alright, let's hurry up and start the video. Okay, so I'm looking for a third eye. I really like this eye, by the way. It's a nice brown eye, and it's got a lot of different colors in it, and I thought it was interesting. So, you know, being someone who has autumn color eyes myself, I was really looking forward to doing this one. I'm a little biased. uh, so I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope you're eating right and drinking enough water and getting enough sleep. It's important to take care of yourself. I had problems with picking the sclera color because I don't know if anyone watched the previous video, but I'm so bad at picking the correct gray. I know it seems like something that shouldn't be a problem, but yeah, looking back at it now, the sclera, I think that's what's called the white the eyes of sclera, right? I could be wrong. I could Google it, but I don't want to. But looking back at it now, they're more of a peachy beige. So I was attempting to mimic the scratchiness of the art style, like the sketchiness, and I don't think I did very well at it. But I mean, I tried. That's the point, right? Is trying. Let me actually move myself out of the way a little bit so you can see the tutorial better. Um, yeah. I thought this came out really pretty, even though I'm terrible at following instructions. You're gonna have to let me know what you think about it in the comments. I thought the use of green in here was really cool as well. Like it makes it more visually interesting in my opinion. But I don't know. I like this one. I think it was probably my favorite one out of the 3 different eye tutorials I followed. I do have a little bit of a struggle again with picking out my tools, so this time I made sure to do my best at you know fast forwarding and cutting. I cut out a lot of staring at the screen, so to speak. Spoilers, I do add a failed tutorial at the end of this video because, like I said before, I want to be a journey of how I improved, and also to be able to show people that it's okay to put your failures out there as long as you learn, and if you promise to get better at it in the future. It's like not a promise to anyone else, just a promise to yourself. This one I was really proud of. Um, I At first around this point I was kind of not getting where it was going. Like it felt like a trust the process moment, and I'm really glad that I did trust the process because at the end of this, I feel like it paid off so well, and I will be definitely keeping this tutorial in mind next time I have to draw a pearl. Yeah, look at the different colors in here that you wouldn't think. Just like off the top of my head, I think pearls are like cream colored. I wouldn't think to put a white or a tan in there, or even like gray or anything. So it was really helpful, really fun too. I tried to use the liquify tool again, like I did the last video, and I ended up smearing off the page again. Water break. Wow, so cool. Yeah, I was really impressed by it. So, and then this next one, I think, was supposed to be an opal. It wasn't really a tutorial. It was like, I don't know what you would call it, but I wouldn't call it a tutorial. Um, I don't think it came out the best, but I think it was like good enough, like to sit down and like look at and try to think of how I can improve. I definitely was not going to try the second option, the second oval. It was too advanced for me, I think. But I started by trying to copy a little bit of the first one so I could blur it and make it to the second, no, not the second one, the third one, if you get what I'm saying. But at one point, I realized, well, I felt like the background was darker, so I did end up lightening it. And it took me a couple of tries figuring out like which kind of blur or smear tool I should use. So you'll see that. Yeah, I tried smudging it, blurring it. Eventually, like I said, eventually I do get to a point where I think I'm happy with it. It's like not my greatest work, but it was something new, something I haven't tried before. I think once you do add the highlights to a lot of projects, they do end up coming out a little bit better. So that's me calling it good enough. The next one is a lot more cartoony than the previous ones. It reminded me of like if anyone knows Pokemon, like the the gem in like Umbreon, not Umbreon's, I do this every time. Espiona's forehead. So I really like this one. It's more cartoony, but I feel it's more my style, like the things I like to draw. I think it came out pretty. So, and it was a lot easier. It was a lot of more just shading, different like variations in the shade, and then you finish it off by putting like the highlights, and that made it easier. Right there, I think, yeah, it starts to look like really pretty in my opinion. And it was really simple. It was really easy to do. So not all art has to be hard and something you struggle with. And now that said, this fourth gem or diamond or whichever you want to call it was something I struggled with at first. And I eventually got to a point where I thought it looked cool, but it was a lot of hitting my head against the wall kind of moments. Um, yeah, I figured going with the bottom first, drawing the bottom of it would be easier, so I'd have more of a framework to put like I don't know what it's called. Is it called the facet or like I think it might be the facet. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I had a genius idea, and each color that I was going to color, again, I think it's called facets. I outlined the area so I could color pick and keep track of because again, like I said, I'm not the greatest at remembering my colors and whatnot that I use. See, even right here, this looks pretty cute. Like, it's not perfect, but I would, if I saw this in the picture, I wouldn't, bat an eye. Now I'm gonna put in like I guess like the harsher highlights, like the shines of like the edges and stuff, it ends up getting blurred away when I add the colors. I should have thought of putting the background colors first before I blurred, not before I put the harsh highlights, because they're supposed to be like crisp, clean lines, and I just didn't think about it. But you live and learn. I think one of my favorite parts was doing adding colors to it, like the blue. As I said before, I don't try to like I try to add my own colors, like pick my own colors, because part of this is like I'm not going one for one, because it doesn't really help if you go one for one. I think it's better to like learn techniques and stuff and do your own applications for them. But I think it's really pretty in the end. Um, it's definitely one of my favorites. It's a lot better than like the last one. The my last tutorial I do in this video is absolutely 100% undeniably a failure. But like I said, I wanted to be able to look back on everything, so I kept it in. I wanted to erase it. I wanted to delete it. Like no doubt, I probably would be doing myself a favor by getting rid of it, but I don't think that would benefit me in the long run. I think it'd be better to be able to critique and see where I did wrong, and maybe I'll come back to it in a few weeks and be able to do it better. Side note, I did see a couple tutorials on Twitter, and can I just say, everyone on Twitter is just so amazing and so nice and so fun and kind to talk to. I really appreciate everyone who's followed me and like retweeted or liked my post or whatever. And you know, everyone on Twitter, they say it's a bad place, but when you get into the community, like artist community and YouTuber community, I've really been having fun, talking to people. So I really appreciate everyone who's been on there. Yeah. This is so cool. Just looking at it, looking at it again, as if like you're doing it again. I think I do want to do this one again. Um, again, like when I get like more comfortable in the drawing program. But I know it's not perfect. I know that lines are messed up, and I know I should have like paid more attention to like coloring in the lines or whatever. But I don't know. I had fun. I think that's the important thing, right? Is having fun. Yeah, my line thickness was going with the uh the shines or whatever. I need to work on that too. But again, that's just learning. Yeah, I found a brush I liked. Okay. Okay, so here is where I completely just ended up giving up because I feel like I wasn't able to do this one. Now, again, I was doing my own coloring, and I think maybe if I did color select office, I would have done a little bit better. Then again, who knows? You know? Yeah. Another thing too is I mentioned in my last video that I would have a ton of layers and try to cheat that way. And I tried to do it in this tutorial, and I think that's part of the reason why I suffered. And I didn't really get where I wanted to go. It didn't hit. And two, looking at it too, if you look at the original tutorial, they have a background that's not white. And I think if I followed that, it would have been a lot easier and it would have came through better. Because it looks in the tutorial, it looks like really jelly clear, like as if someone took like jello and just like, you know, cut out a piece with a cookie cutter. But yeah. I wasn't grasping what they were putting down, if you get what I'm saying. Um, but that's how it is. Is you win, you lose, you learn. You know. Yeah, I was just fiddling with the the layers and trying to see if I can, cheat my way into getting where I wanted to go. It didn't happen. I think I do want to go back and try to do this one because it does look cool. And if I took my time, if I took my time, then I probably would have got it. If you excuse me, I will pause a moment and make a scene change. Okay, we're back. Thank you for waiting. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about what I learned and what I feel like I should learn. I believe that I should have more confidence in what I'm doing, and I should probably do my best and working on just my lines, my like confident in my lines. If you look back at my videos, I do end up shaking my hands a lot. That's a mixture of just having anxiety, but also like health issues. So I do know when I have anxiety, it's a lot worse. So maybe taking a breath, every now and then. It's hard, but you can do it. Um, I think another thing I would do is um, I have been trying to use less brushes, like I said in my previous video, and just learn my core, probably pick 5 or 6 that I use on a regular basis. If I want to do something special, use a different technique after I got a grasp on it, then yeah, probably. But right now, I think I just want to learn on my core understanding of how to use the program and, technique and whatnot. What I want to learn in the very near future is like, I don't know. I think I want to learn, like, again, more color theory, and I want to learn to be more confident in my art with, like, not just like, oh, my art is good, but like confident that, like, I know how to uh, do things like, draw, color, whatever. Um, I'm so very like nervous in real life, and you could probably tell. That's part of another reason why I want to do YouTube and stream and whatnot. Is I'm so like I try to be upbeat and I try to be fun and happy, but it's so hard, and I feel like um people people do say that they have anxiety a lot, and I'm not saying they don't think I'm saying they don't, but sometimes it feels like this person who's on YouTube, who's posting, and they're getting all these views, and they're making all these videos, and they say they have anxiety, but like, why can they do what they're doing and they have anxiety, and why can't I? And again, it's nothing to dog on other people, it's more like, just prove that if you just keep going at it and you keep trying and you do your best, and I'm not saying you have to do it 24/7, but like, I'll tell you for what, like the last 3 days I've been trying to edit this video, trying to record a voiceover, and it's been hard. And now I'm finally doing it, and I'm forcing myself to do it. But I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it. And again, this video isn't going to be pretty. It's not going to be, professionally edited. And I'm going to be a yapper, so, and I'm going to make mistakes and say, but hopefully that if you find my channel and you like it and you can stick with me and you can get to see that you, like, were day one when I, finally get confident and stuff. And I get to say, oh, look, this is my subscriber from, my third video, and you were here for so long. I really appreciate you. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping. It's over. It's almost 20 minutes. Um, thank you for watching my video. I hope you come to the next one. I hope you can catch some of my live streams. Um, I can't say how much that really means to me that you guys are here. Okay. It means a lot. Okay. Go now. Bye.